Again. In this video, we're going to discuss a few things. One is I got a recent request from a lady named Samantha. She was asking me to speak about high functioning with DID, and also I wanted to talk about denial today. Now, for one thing, I want to make sure and say this in every video. I am not a professional. I'm not a mental health professional, no kind of professional whatsoever. I have an associate's degree in psychology and a lot of lived experience, and that's it. There is no high degrees or even, I don't have any degrees. I am just speaking from my heart and from what I have lived through. I have been through 29 years of psychotherapy to heal from DID, the issues involved. And let me tell you, I have a lot of knowledge that I have gained. And I also have a lot of information from research papers that I have been reading. And I will share some of that research with you in future videos. Now, Samantha wanted me to talk about high functioning. She called it high functioning dissociative identity disorder. Now, I'm not sure that is a term that many people would understand, but I do understand that many of us function fairly highly with DID. Some people, and then some people cannot. I actually look like I'm high functioning, and I do function fairly much higher than I ever did before. But it's taken me 29 years to get here, and believe me, for a long time it was chaos, and I did not function well. I have been on disability since 1995, and the issues involved. I mean, this working on healing from DID has almost killed me 3 times. I mean, it's almost been more traumatic than the initial trauma was, right, in childhood. Now, healing from DID is not for the faint of heart. It's very difficult. It takes a long time, longer than, well, let me give you this little quote that my therapist gave me. One time I asked her, how long will it take me to get over this? I want to be better now. And she says, Shirley, it will take you longer than what you want, but not as long as you fear. And that's basically right. And to be honest, DID is not something you totally recover from. It is not something like go away. You'll always have DID. Your personality will always have its little quirks. But for the most part, you can pull together, and I will talk about that later too in integration. The integration section, that's going to be probably several videos long. Big I word in the DID community. But anyway, high functioning. Yeah, you can function fairly high. You can look like you are doing very well, but so can the people suffering from severe depression. A person could be smiling and look, I mean, for instance, Robin Williams, okay, tragic story. He looked happy. He smiled. He joked. He laughed. But inside he was dying. And he was severely depressed. And, you can look really good on the outside and be not well on the inside. But you can, even with DID, you can go to school, have a career, have a family. It's only as limiting as your ability to handle it. Now, I have been, it took me 37 years to graduate from a junior college with that associate degree, mainly because of the issues, and trying to survive. So one of the things I give speeches on DID to college students at the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. And Illinois, of course. One of the things I always say to them in those groups is that, I have talked to young students going to school at college, and they're in tears because, they're overwhelmed. And, suicide on our campuses is going way up. And I have talked to at least one person that I know very well who she's young. She's like 21 years old. And she is from a culture that's they don't understand or accept failure. And she had to leave college because she got severely depressed and it became a real problem. She was dissociated in class. She just couldn't keep up with what was going on. So she had to quit college. And she took that very, very hard. In fact, her family won't let her go home. And I sat with her one day. I listened to her talk and I said, "Listen, honey, you don't have to finish college today. In fact, you don't have to finish it in the next 10 years, but you will finish." She's highly intelligent. She's motivated. I said, "Make a life for yourself. Move on. But also, your full-time job is healing, okay? And all the other stuff will wait, and you will do it. Now, you won't have to wait 37 years. Most people, most people aren't in that boat. And I'm now that I'm getting towards 60. I have gone back to school and I've taken some courses in neuroscience and things and loved every minute of it and thought of seriously about getting my PhD, but realistically, no. But anyway, so high functioning, you can look very high functioning, and you can function highly. I mean, people have families, people have kids and husbands and jobs, and you know, um, but if you need help, please, if you feel overwhelmed and that you can't do it, then don't. Give yourself a break. It was my full-time job for all those years, just to survive and get through the stuff. I mean, just keep going to therapy and hold myself together. That was my job. And still, I still have so much. I don't handle stress, even small stress, and going to work would not be helpful. I end up right back in the hospital again, God forbid, or live in a nursing home again, God forbid, on the psychiatric ward. So no, I don't even attempt it. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was denial, and it kind of fits in with all that. Denial is one of a person who's healing from DID's best friend. I mean, we spend a lot of time uh, in denial. You come in and out of it. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Oh, he or she didn't really hurt me. I'm making all this up. Why am I lying about these people? What in the world am I trying to do? And I've heard those statements of myself and from my own mouth so many times, and it's a shame, but denial is a natural part of being human. I mean, we all live in denial that we're going to die. If you didn't live in denial that you're going to die, you would be worried all the time about dying and you never get anything done. It's a natural, normal denial. I mean, you have to live in a little reality of it, but for the most part, we ignore it. So, denial can be healthy, but then like I was saying with the idea, it's not helpful, but it's a part of the recovery process. It just is. It's part of healing. The road to healing is full of stuff like that. But don't beat yourself up if you feel like if you recognize it, begin to recognize it. Now I know when I hear this thought, oh God, why am I making this up? Why am I doing that to myself why am I forcing myself to go to therapy when I don't need therapy? Blah blah blah. I remember, and I know in my mind that that's denial speaking. And then I give myself room to go ahead and think those thoughts. And then I draw myself back to reality. It's my past. I wouldn't be living the way I am today or experiencing the things I do today if it weren't real. If I could, I would just walk away. Who wants to force themselves through this stuff? I mean, why would you do it for no reason? By now, I would have said, "Oh, the hell with it. I'm making it up and just drop it and move on." But that's not true. I can't just move on because it's real. And I'll close with a little bit of a positive note. um, you are very valuable. I know that's a hard thing to accept, but just because you're a human being, you are valuable to the universe, to the earth, to the human race, and to me. So if you have any questions for me or anything, if you want to get hold of me, my email address and will be in the comment section, and please comment or ask me anything you need to know and give me hints on what you would like to hear in these videos. Okay, thank you, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.